You know, after a pretty crummy weekend out here on these streets. I mean, Saturday was okay. We got that 190. Another tip came in, put us at like 202. Yesterday was just terrible, man. I had $66. Woo! And it wasn't like I wasn't available. I just do request all day. That was it. So anyway, it is Monday morning. We're going to start off. I just dropped the VIP. We're going to go charge up. So when we come back out later today, we'll already be ready to go. You never know. Might get lucky. Might get a banger of a reservation. Wait a minute. Uber, they still do reservations? I don't know. I ain't seen one in forever, man. I used to live on them damn things. Anyway, I got a new indicator at the house we're going to work with today. I'll show you what that looks like. So let's go get some juice because we need the juice to get the goose on the loose and make some money, honey. Anyway, let's get it. Let's get it.
That pedal way, give a dog a bone. Cause I'm a big dog in these streets, but I'm a puppy when I'm home. All day long, I'll be begging my baby, trying to bear my bones.
So I just sent some pictures off to Richie Hustles. He finally went and got him a Tesla as well. And for you Tesla drivers out there, you know, I use the Osmo Action 5 Pro, and I love it. But you can see here, this is the GoPro mount with the magnetic snap mounts here, you know, and got it rigged up. Then over here, I still got the Vic Seed mount that I can use for a phone. Pops on and off right there. But when I level it off like this with the snap mount, you know, all of a sudden now, I've got a platform while I'm not driving, while I'm sitting still. And I can mount this there, and you can see, right? All I do is just sit it there, and voila. We got ourselves a mounted position. And then, you know, I got my other phone mount over here, right? Which is where I can do that, which is where most of the time my phone sits. They're all magnetic mounts. I like the magnets. You heard that. I know you heard that pop in there. So, you know, I just wanted to, I just sent this all to Richie to see what, give him ideas. And hey, maybe those mounts help you as well. You never know.
My baby trying to bear my bone. And I ain't lying, she be mad as hell every time I want to get it on. I guess she go to work and talk about me just like a
So today was one of those really, really tough day to trades. And of course, on the toughest day of the week, you know, the toughest day in a while, I decided to try a new indicator, which, you know, look, I know it don't look like much to you guys, but I know exactly what it's saying. As opposed to ICT Concepts and Orb, you know, we threw a little something in here. Threw a little something in there that I was able to help, that I was able to get Grok to code for me. And it's working okay. The biggest thing I found was that I needed to get away from the 1 minute chart and go to the 2 minute chart because it slowed it down. When you're running with the 9 and the 21 EMA and you got a lot of volatility and everything is really tight, and a lot of y'all know what that is to be there. Not me, I don't. I just don't. Anyway, that was wrong. I'm sorry. Anyway, you know, you got to give yourself a little more time, and that's what I did. So we'll work it tomorrow and Wednesday, and we'll just see how it goes. Anyway, we're up 431 for the day. You can see right there. I was down early, switched out of that 1 minute, went to the 2 minute, got back to the plus and the positive. We're looking to do something at the end of the week. We'll talk about that as we go. But let me tell you, man, if I can master and just, you know, 800 a week trading, just 800 a week trading on one account. And if I can flip that into 2-3 accounts, meaning copy trade, that's the way the prop firm game works. There's risk involved, but your risk is minimal for what you put in to what you can get out. The biggest thing is you got to put in time. You got to be disciplined. Anyway, it's 3:30. I don't even want to go out here and turn these apps on. I haven't even checked it today. But we're going to get out here. We're going to try to make some money out there before we pick up the VIP, and we'll go from there. So I will see y'all on the road. All right, we are in the ride now. We are 41 degrees on the interior, but you know, with the Tesla, you hit that climate. Anyway, we haven't even looked on the app yet to see what it looks like out here. Let's get out here. Let's get it going. I've been using that Gig U app, right? Trying it out. And my honest opinion, to me, the benefit is simply what it's paying per mile, per hour, and then the rider rating. and then you can, the way you set it up in there, and you know, you can choose what you're willing to accept. So say if you want $1 a mile to $1.25 a mile, if that's good for you, and that's completely up to you, but if that's good for you, then you know, it'll come up green. If it comes up like, say, 85, 90 cents a mile, it'll come up amber. If it comes up less than that, it'll come up red. So it's good at a glance when it works. It don't always work. Like on an Android, and I'm putting it on the Android phone specifically because my S22 Ultra is a bigger phone, you know, and it's a stronger processor than my iPhone 12 Pro. So, you know, you got all these things. Anyway, the point is that I've been playing with it for about 2 weeks now. And I do like it, right? When it works, it's awesome. I like the fact that when a ride comes up, when I get a request, it'll take a snapshot and that'll go into my gallery. So if I didn't catch where I was going, but I accepted the trip, I go back in the gallery, see where the picture, I know where I'm going. So there are some good things to it. Now, is it worth paying for? I don't know about that one. You know, it's an overlay. You don't have to give it any permissions. But, and be mindful of this, no matter what you look at on that screen, that app is going to see it. It's an overlay. It reads the screen. It reads what it sees. So like when you go into your gallery and you're looking at past rides, well, it's taking a picture again, and maybe it'll show you the numbers, maybe it won't. So just be aware. You know, I'm not saying the app is good, bad, or indifferent, but we all know how these app companies are. From top to bottom, left to right, front to back, they're all crooked as shit. And if it's a free product, you're the product. You know what I'm saying? So just be aware of that. If you have a secondary phone that you don't have to keep any passwords on or shit like that, I would suggest, you know, if you're going to use GigU, use it that way. All right. With that being said, we got the app on. Typical shit. You know, I got my red areas that say 1 to 2 and 2 to 5. And I got an asshole behind me in one of them Dodge cars. Like, he don't want to go there. He needs to back off my ass. Probably thinks I'm talking to him. Don't realize that I'm on with you guys. But anyway, let's go try to make some money. First ride in the books, and you know it had a little excitement to it. Little $10 Premier ride. I go to pick the young lady up. It was about a mile away, pick up, 3 miles to drop off. Easy money, right? So I go, I pick her up. This woman had to be in her mid-90s. Very nice, sweetheart, but you know, moves a little slower, speaks a little lower. Nice person. Anyway, we get to the CV. For y'all in the area, you know where I'm talking about. We get to the CV, and there's already like 5, 6, 7 cars in line. I'm like, no problem. We get up, we pull up. It's one of those joints where you got to hand your ID in so that, you know, that they can verify you or mark you down or whatever. So I pull up, I'm like, to the guy, and I'm like, hey, Uber drop off, here's my ID. He looks in the car, and he's like, I need her ID. I'm like, all right, no problem. I turn around and say, Miss So-and-so, you got your ID with you. So as she's starting to look for it, he says it again, and a little louder, right? And I'm like, all right. But then he does it a third time, and it's even louder. I need your ID. And I turn around and look at him, bro, why are you getting loud? Like, she's looking for it. Relax. And then he comes back with that, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Blah, 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 blah. You know, and I'm like, dude, you need to calm down, and you don't need to elevate your voice. Be nice. She's getting it out. So we exchanged some words. I got the whole thing on dash cam. We exchanged some words, and like, I don't understand it, dude. Like, how hard is it to be respectful to people? Especially those that contribute to your salary. Comfort, $13, $11. Oh, let's see. How hard is it to be respectful to people? Right? It's not that hard. She's an older woman. She didn't deserve that. And so when we get through that, right, we get through the gate or whatever, as I'm taking her to her point of her destination, she says, you know, they're always mean to us when we come in here, residents. We pay $800 a month in HOA fees and this, that, and the other. And every time we come through the gates, they're always mean to the Uber drivers and always. And I'm like, you know, that's messed up. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe I'm just ranting on that. But anyway, we did get a ride request earlier. It was a $32 or $39 ride to go to Miami from Parkland, which was about 45 miles. But it was an hour and 24 minutes plus the pickup time, which is like another 10 minutes. We weren't going to do that. So anyway, we are here, and we're going to get in our squats. Woo! All right, so we've been out here walking now. You can see we're at 16 minutes, about 1,600 steps, right? We're gonna call that there. But while I was out here walking, I was talking with Eddie for a minute, and I got 3 trip radar requests, right? So all 3 of them I tried to match to. They weren't great, they weren't bad, they were decent. And all 3 times they told me to go get bent. And then after that 3rd one, about 2 minutes later, comes to me as an exclusive. So you know what, Uber? I returned the favor. No, thank you. I mean, why should I interrupt my walk for a ride that, you know, when I tried to match up, you told me I wasn't good enough for? Gonna learn. Well, one of us is gonna learn. I don't know if it's gonna be you or me, but one of us is gonna learn. It's a battle. Ride number 2 in the books. It was a pretty simple trip, not that big of a deal. It was $10.66 for 16 minutes, 6.5 miles. Nice young lady. She's down here from North Carolina, working in a business district. So we took care of her. So we're at 2 rides for a whopping $21.59, which means I'm gonna have to work tonight. I'm gonna have to go try to put in some hours, get a couple of rides tonight. I don't know how well that'll work out. You know what I'm noticing? Like as I'm riding around, right? Whenever we're out working, and I'm curious as to what's going on in your area, your part of the country, your part of the world. Man, there are a lot more people on the corners, you know, with the signs and needing help. Whether they choose to be out there, I really can't believe that, you know, the majority of people choose to be out on the street like that. And we know down here, they busted some people that were taking advantage and, you know, collecting $200-300 a day on the corner and driving a Mercedes at night. I mean, hey, fuck them people. But legit, like, and these people look fresh. They don't even look I'm trying to be gentle here. They don't look like they've been on the street for a long time, but I'm seeing a lot more on the streets. Just saying. You know, I'm not a fan of this. I just got a ride request. It's like $13 for 26 minutes. But the thing is I was going one direction and I got to turn around and go back the other direction. So thank God we got a little U-turn up here. Anyway, we're going to go get these people and we will be back. So this is the Meisner area. Nice little area, a bunch of restaurants and stuff like that. But even for a Monday at 6:30, this place is empty. Like there is just nobody here. Anyway, 3rd ride in the books. It's like $13. We're at $34.80 for the 3 trips. We're going to go grab the VIP, make our way south, and then figure out if we are going to come back out and work tonight.
I'll be begging in the evening, but I bet I'll be struggling tonight. I'll be crying in the morning. I'll be begging in the evening, but I bet I'll be struggling tonight. Y'all wish you'd give me that far. I just can't leave her alone, but I bet I'll be struggling. Don't wanna go to work, y'all. Don't even wanna leave my home. I'll be crying. Wish you put it on me. Ooh, sometime I can't see. Like a puppy, I'll be wagging my tail. Y'all know just how it be. I'll be crying in the morning. I'll be begging in the evening, but I bet I'll be struggling tonight.